Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Gamel versus Effect, and this is the finals of a tournament in the Coliseum, and the winner of this will be winning one Magician Souls worth $75. Also make sure to go ahead and check out the Coliseum Discord link down below at the very top of the description, and let's go ahead and hop right in. So we're going to see Effect win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and decide to go first. 50 versus 60, opening hands, we have Prosperity, Conquistador, Ogre, Celestial Veiler, 2 hand traps. Also playing Prosperity and Cyber Cell, which is very interesting because you can't activate Disciple Effect, which makes me think that they're not on Cyber stuff actually. And they have Called By, Fateful Adventure, Basil Roshu, Ash, and Vishuda. So it's really only one hand trap because they have Called By. Fateful Effect to go search. They're going to chain Ogre on it, holding the Called By for another hand trap. Special summon Vishuda, normal summon out Ash, and then get rid of those. Go for Needle Fiber. Needle Fiber Effect, go summon 001. And then get rid of those. Go for Mecham Phantom Beast. Effect to try to token up. Chain Veiler. Chain Called By. So go ahead, smack that. 001 will then summon itself out on a new chain. And then go for Yazi. Effect. Pop. So we're going to see the Brave Tenyi deck be able to not do the most here. Through one hand trap. Summon out an effect. I hate it when like, oh, I played through 2 hand traps, but it's like, you know, if you have like a Called By or cross out, you're really only playing through one. You know, you had like that. I don't know. I guess you could say the same about Griffin. I don't know. It's just like if you draw the card that just like negates it, like the Saki one of, doesn't really count. Taya, dump Ashina, grab Blackout, and then they're gonna set Blackout, Ashina, summon Adara. And then pass turn. Draw Conquistador. Not good. Activate Prosperity. Go Banish. So Banish 6. Yeah, it's just random extra deck cards. Like, you know, just very generic stuff. Assault Mode activate E-Telly. Okay, so they're going for Cupid Pitch combos then, right? Yeah. Has to be it. 60 cards for it? I guess that engine does play a lot of bricks. It's just kind of wild that they're deciding to play it. I don't know. Like I said so many times, I feel like bricks have become like standardized. Like people will be like, what's the difference between playing like 5 and 7 bricks and 60? And it's like, well, there is a difference, but I doubt that you're going to like care about it. Because like you're already full committed at that point. But it really has to make your deck more, like a lot more powerful to be willing to add in more bricks, because bricks are really, really, really bad, especially when going second. Vishuda bounce Conquistador, and they just let that go through. They also didn't black out end phase because there's no point versus Eldlich stuff, because they just like reset normal summon when you could just hold the blackout. Go for Needle Fiber effective, special summon out from the deck. So it's a level 3 token. They're gonna bring out Rocks Rose. Basil Roshu will be able to end up adding that or summoning that back, and that could go grab Red Rose. Banish Ashina, go summon Vishuda. Then activate Conquistador. And then in response, we're gonna see Blackout targeting both of these. Could have also waited until they activate Scarlet, because to activate Conquistador doesn't do anything. That could have been like the biggest bait ever. Imagine. It'd be insane. Go for Supreme. Then they're just going to go Battle Phase, beat over Golden Lord. And then Hulk attack. Also, Hulk being able to like tag out on the opponent's turn to trigger Supreme is pretty nice. Pass, draw Small World. I don't know what the bridges in this deck would be. I don't even know what's in their deck. So they're going to go main phase and just submit defeat. Then moving on into the next game, we're going to see Eldlich Synchro go first. And we have Ash, Cursed, Illusion, Nib, Scarlet. This hand's really solid. They have Temple, Nib, Veiler, Red Rose, Token Collector. This hand is also pretty solid. And then they're going to activate the Illusion of Chaos. So go grab Souls. And then put back Illusion, activate Cursed, effect, pay 8, feel great. Go search out. And then that's going to grab the Conquistador. Special Souls by dumping Illusion. They forgot to dump Illusion. Okay, yeah, I was like, that could definitely affect the draws. but they're thinking if they want to Veil or Pot of Greed, and they decide not to. And then Chain Scarlet, so that way they don't draw Walkero, and draws Ogre and Illusion. And then Cursed effect to go dump. So Cursed, go ahead, dump Conquistador, normal summon out Ogre. Maybe they could have dumped Golden Lord there, and then Golden Lord get rid of Walkero, summon itself out. You get to keep Ogre in hand as an unknown, and then, unless if they're going for Needle Fiber. Okay, I guess I should wait. Okay, no, just make an Anaconda. Yeah, so I think the play I said, where you just go for like Golden Lord, is probably just better. You also don't have to use like as many of your resources. Set Conquistador. I doubt the game would go to a grind game though. They draw Twin. So they're just going to use Twin here. And then that's going to hit Walkero and Conquistador. And then Banish Temple, Chain Ash Blossom, Normal Summon Red Rose. And this just doesn't do anything. They're going to beat over. They're going to hope that their Nib can put in enough work. But even if you drop Nib, they're still going to have Eldlich Engine. And then Conquistador, Set Scarlet, Pass, draw Scythe. So they're playing Scythe in their deck, but they're probably going for Cupid Pitch combo. What? And then they just go ahead and mid-defeat there. So moving on into Game 3 now, we are going to see Brave Tenyi go first. Opening hands, you have Dark Ruler, Imperm, Ogre, Driver, Prosperity. Dark Ruler, interesting. They have Sangan, Temple, Red Rose, Vushud. Oh my gosh, shout out Cody, but this hand is wild. So they're going to start off with Temple, hoping that it gets hit with Ash Blossom or Bell. It's the only reason you'd start with this. Otherwise, you would you'd want to go ahead and start with Right and keep Temple in hand as an extender. So grab Right, activate. Could also have played around Droll better too. If they were just gonna like willingly throw this away, you could bring out Faithful, bring out Token, Fateful, go search Griffin, discard Temple. So like you don't search the equip spell first, like you would typically do, and that leaves you with the equip spell in hand. And then also would just play around Droll better. Special, normal. Go for Floor, Red Rose, Fateful, let this go through. They decide not to Ogre, so they're going to save Ogre. I guess they're just trying to stop Grandmaster from coming out, because they had Dark Ruler to deal with like everything else, except for like the Shooting Riser dump. And then Fateful, grab Griffin, discard Draco back, effect to equip. Now they're going to special summon out the Griffin, and then synchro those two off to go for Shooting Riser. Shooting Riser effect to go dump, and then that's going to dump Token Collector. Most people have cut Snow because the deck already plays too many bricks, so they cut Snow and put in Token Collector. Needle Fiber effect to go summon, bring out 001. It's like, maybe you just didn't need to commit this hard into Mechan Phantom Beast. There might have just been like different routes to take. It's like no way they have like this many extenders and stuff, and like this is what ends up happening. Also, playing Sangan in this deck is so weird. What are you using it for? I feel like it's just really bad in this deck, to be honest. For sure. Maybe they just wanted more normal summons, but like the hand trap normal summon is like what happens half the time. And that probably would just be better than normal summoning Sangan, unless if they're playing like the Crusadia and all that, but that's just not worth it in this deck. They're going to Ogre Taya, again, just trying to stop Grandmaster. And then they're going to let that go through, bring out the token off of it. End of man, like no way. Ogre makes you end on Floor Token Collector. After you draw Sangan, Right, Temple, Red Rose, Vishuda, like it was just played wrong. Simple as that. Draw Scarlet, Dark Ruler the board, activate Prosperity, so they're going to banish 6. They said okay, but they're thinking, so obviously they're banishing 6 because they have 4 banished right now, so it's not like they're just going to banish 4 and look at the top 4. It probably should have how it been worded though. It should have been like, oh, you could banish like 1 through 6. I feel like that would have been cool, but this card doesn't need to be any better than it already is, because it's already such an insane card. I think like Desires, Prosperity, even Duality. Like when Duality came out, like all these cards have just been like really good. And there's like obviously been like some really, really bad ones. Like the one that just puts 2 cards from your hand back into the deck. Like obviously some bad ones, but that'll happen. Beat over, no damage because Dark Ruler, but they're going to forget. Enforcer effect to pop. So, and they're going to remind them. Pop Floor, Enforcer Graveyard effect. Main phase 2. And then set 2 cards, pass turn, draw Ashina. This comes back. Also, the driver being in hand is going to end up making the Celestial much worse. So go main phase. Fateful effect to start this off. And then they're going to chain Enforcer, so doesn't want them to get that to resolve. Maybe it's because they resolve this and they go Vishuda target Enforcer. So they just want to go ahead and out that now. Special Ashina, but then also like Vishuda target Imperm seems pretty good also. Normal summon Sangan, turn all those into Supreme. Sangan effect to go search. And then Sangan will just go ahead and search out the Ash Blossom. So it can't be used this turn because of Sangan's Errata. But can be used next turn on Celestial. Activate, bring out token. Vishuda to bounce Imperm. Chain Imperm on Supreme. And then they're going to go Battle Phase, attack, activate Scarlet. So they could just like let this go through and then keep the body on board and like take a whole bunch of damage. But I guess they don't want to do that. And now they're going to beat over. They don't beat over. Okay. It's not like Golden Lord at 35 when it's brought out can beat over it anyways because they're going to lose 900 and this is going to gain 900. Basil Rose shoots, summon Rox Rose. Rox Rose effect to go search out Red Rose. And then get rid of those. Go for this. They could have also done this, then that. And then Vishuda to try to get this to trigger. But they'd get the draw for this also, which would have been pretty good. And if they activated an Eldlich card, they could use this to ban. Yeah, that was definitely just the route. 100%. Draw Ogre. Dasher, summon out Ogre. They can also just tribute summon for driver. Okay, they're going to let that go through. Standby phase Enforcer comes out. Activate the effect, and obviously they're going to chain it here so that way it doesn't get banished. And then hit Enforcer. And then they are going to hit that. The Long Young Synchro Graveyard effect. Turn those into Lina. The Lina effect. Summon back out Ashina and then make Unicorn. Unicorn effect. Discard to spin back. Now Celestial to force the Ash Blossom. Like, you're going to have to get it out of there eventually. Scarlet, set Walkero. Get rid of Walkero for Golden Lord. And this is really good. Like, they actually just win this. Because they put their opponent on nothing, and their opponent's deck doesn't have an engine, right? So, they have their engine rolling. They have Enforcer going. They have their opponent on nothing. They draw Sangan. And then bring this out. And yeah, they just go ahead and admit defeat there. So we're going to see Gamble go ahead and win the $75 Magician's Souls. And we are going to see Effect end up losing there. They're 100% misplayed. Like, there's no way you have like 5 solid engine cards. And you end on Floor Pass through Ogre. Ogre. That's what I was saying. Like, this entire format, if your deck just like passes to Ogre most of the time, then it's not a deck you should play because everybody's playing 3 Ogre in their deck list right now. So the fact that they did that either means they misplayed, which is what happened, or their deck's bad, which is also what happened. But with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.